Reality Receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We're back to do our second Deep Dive Friday, our brand new segment for 2026, where we dive a little deeper into a topic that maybe isn't necessarily reality TV, because we love reality TV here, but also we love other things. We love pop culture, we love TV shows. So it just kind of gives us a little more freedom to talk to you about some of our other passions. And there actually is a reality TV connection. Today we're doing Tell Me Lies, which I'd heard of it, but I didn't know really anything about it. I would say like 2 weeks ago. And in the last 2 weeks, I've watched the entire thing. So
Yeah, she watched season 1, season 2, and is all caught up on season 3.
this show is literally like crack. What did they put in this show? Because I know you're not as obsessed, right? You're like,
I'm not as obsessed. Like I even prefaced in telling Ashley about it. Like, everyone's obsessed with this show. I'm really trying to figure out the lore of it all, because is it a good show? Yes. Does it keep you entertained? Yes. But why people are like going crazy over it and like, oh my God, like I'm like, what am I missing here? So maybe you guys can help me with the lore, because I'm like, and who thinks Steven DeMarco's hot? Like, I remember on season 1, everyone thought he was so hot, and I was like, wait, is this guy supposed to be hot? Not to say that he's not hot, but just not my
Mhm.
cup of tea. But I think obviously people don't think his character's hot. Like, people like
No.
absolutely despise him. I see all these memes going around about him. I'm like, oh Jesus.
Well, so it was a book, right? This is adapted from a book. The author's name, I think it's like Carola. I don't think I'm saying it right. Carola Lovering. It's an
Oh.
interesting name. Carola. Carola. Anyways, the character in the book is not supposed to be attractive. He's like supposed to be like overweight and unattractive, and
Hmm.
yeah, and so I think because it just makes everything he's doing that much more diabolical, right? Because if you're the super hot guy, I think it's more understandable why you'd be like, why is she putting up with this? Or like, how does he get away with treating women this way? But it's like the fact that he's not even attractive, it makes it even worse because he's just that manipulative and that it's his like, there's no word for it, right? Just not his personality, but like your Riz, as the kids
Your
call
Riz, as the kids call it. Yes, that
which,
is the
I mean,
word.
I don't think I don't think he's horribly unattractive. The actor's name is Jackson White. I think a lot of women do find him very hot. And now, is that just based off of his physical looks or the Riz, right?
I don't think Steven DeMarco has Riz though. Like, what's the Riz that we're all referring to? Because I'm not picking up what he's putting down. I don't like his Riz. I don't
No.
like his face. I don't like his attitude. I don't like anything about him. Like, he's not
I
doing it for
told
me.
before I knew that the character wasn't supposed to be attractive, I said that to Ricky. I was like, he kind of is giving like Homer Simpson a little bit. Like he has the receding hairline, like he's not traditionally attractive, but I mean, he's not attractive by any means. Like I'm sure lots of people do find him hot, but not like your typical TV star, the main guy of the show that everybody's like obsessed with, right? He's just a
Rob.
little
He's no
different. So
Rob, you know?
no.
If Rob, I'm like, okay, whatever you say.
Love Island Rob, was that who
Yes,
we're referring?
Love Island Trader Rob. Yes, I just ever since Traders, I love him even more. And this isn't a Traders deep dive, but if it was Rob or someone that looked like Rob or had Rob-esque features,
Mm.
ruin my life. Go ahead, manipulate me, lie to me,
You I think
record me,
yeah,
all my secrets.
I think that's exactly what, they were trying to do, like, not make him so attractive that it was like, that's why this is happening because of how he looks or, that's why he gets away with this. It's more like his manipulation and that he's just a terrible person. So,
Mhm.
I know for myself the things that make me love the show so much are like I love that it's set in 2007. I didn't know that before I started it, and so that was the last year I was single, And so it's
Mm,
just very, like, not I never had a Steven. I've had bad boyfriends, but not a Steven, so not
yeah.
to that level.
Yeah.
But it just I love it's the nostalgia of it all. I like just being like, "Oh, that's the clothes and the music." Also, number 2, for me, the music, a
Okay.
show that has good music, it just elevates it so much. Like, the songs just bring you back to these times, and so I like that aspect of it. And then also, I feel like I can predict what he's gonna do, and then he does it. So I enjoy that part. It's like, is he really gonna do yeah, he did that. So
Oh,
I like that
yeah.
part of it, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's like I mean, it is getting worse. I think in season 3 there are some shocking things, but up to that point, like you said, there's the car accident. There's things that happen that are horrible, but it's not like they when you before you watch it and you hear about it, you're like thinking this guy is like a Joe Goldberg, right? Like a murderer from You, and it's like he is still horrible, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you
was
don't know.
like I remember when I first watched it, I was like, "Am I a terrible person?" Because I don't think, like, what he's doing is, like not that it's not bad because it is bad, but, like because like, obviously, in real human life, nobody would actually ever do these things, but when it comes to, like, a TV show or a movie where, like, your imagination can go so many places, it's like, is that it I mean, they left that guy and, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like, it's not anything we haven't seen before, so it wasn't anything that was, like, too crazy to me, like, oh, yeah,
Mhm.
leaving someone in a car, a girl that you're hooking up with, leaving her in a car to die and not trying to save her life, diabolical, crazy, you're an awful person, but in the grand scheme of things, like, I was like, "Oh my god, like, she's alive, and he's gonna
Mhm.
suffocate her and kill her just to make sure that nobody knows that they were," you know what I mean? That's where I thought it was gonna go,
You
and I
thought
was
he was
like,
a murderer. Yeah.
I yeah, I thought he was yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because that's what a lot of these shows are, right?
yeah.
And that yeah, we're a little desensitized, but I think it is very triggering for people, especially that have been in these toxic relationships, because you can see him manipulating her, and she also makes very bad choices as well, and is manipulative and bad to her friends. And so I think just it takes you back to that time frame. Like I said, I've never had a relationship to this level, but it just feels like watching as an outsider, you can see like how bad these choices are, but you can't stop them. And I think it's a good like people if they're watching it at this age, like in their 20s or in college, it's a good like not a wake up call, but it's like a blueprint of what not to do. Or that you might think a man is saying all this stuff to you. Why would he say that? He can't be lying, but you can see that they will lie. This
They're
is
always lying.
possible.
They're always lying. If you take anything for any they are always lying. Just assume they're lying
Mhm.
first. Like, that's just
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
it's I think yeah, it just opens your eyes to how much someone can manipulate you, right? So you want a little season 1 recap, and then we can give
I
our thoughts on that.
do, because I feel like, so much has happened that I forgot. So,
We'll
I
do it.
don't remember anything. So since you just watched it, like, fresh
Mhm.
2 weeks,
Brand new.
give us all a very brief, not
I'll
very
give you
brief, but a recap of the main points of what happened in season 1 and season 2, because I forgot.
yeah, I'll start with season 1, just the main points, and then we can give our thoughts on that. But so obviously Lucy is the main character.
Yes.
We see her go to this Baird college
Mhm.
where she meets her new roommates, Macy and Bree. And
Mhm.
then she meets Steven, this diabolical man who is entangled with his ex girlfriend, Diana, who's not really an ex girlfriend.
Mm.
Lucy thinks that she's his girlfriend, but he's got Diana. Then we find out that Steven, well, first we find out the car accident, right? So Macy asks Lucy to go to this party. She doesn't want to go. Macy dies in a car accident, which is very heavy. I didn't think
Yeah.
there was going to be deaths in this show, but it's not a murder, but someone still dies. So
Yeah.
Macy dies. Then we find out, well, first we find out that It's so hard to explain it without because every character is so, like, interconnected. Because we need to know about
Yeah.
Wrigley before I can talk about Drew, so so,
Yes, there is so many yes, you're right, they're all intermingled.
yeah, so Steven has friends Wrigley and Evan. Okay. Wrigley has a brother, Drew.
Yes.
Drew We find out Drew was driving at the same time as Macy. He feels like they almost ran into each other or he ran her off the road and he drove away. So he's feeling very guilty.
The new year is here, and my favorite part about getting back into routine is my HelloFresh box. It's my favorite day of the week. It feels like Christmas all over again. What did you get in your HelloFresh box this week?
Okay, last night I made this amazing creamy chicken enchilada stew, which is so perfect for the cold weather that we've been having. I love the holidays, but it is so much restaurants and takeout and not a lot of health. So I'm so excited to be back on routine, cooking these nutritious, delicious meals. And HelloFresh helps me do that with so much ease. I'm so thankful for them.
Yes, they've definitely been helping me get back into my healthy eating habits. I love their healthy meal options because it does give you those nutritious, delicious meals without repetition and, boring meals. So they have a new GLP-1 friendly menu option and Mediterranean menu options. And of course, tastier menu options. I had to take advantage of those seafood and steak options. I'm actually going to make these steak skewers tonight. Oh my God, don't they look so good? And
They look
I
delicious.
They do, right? And then I made these Southwest shrimp tacos and salad bowls, which were, again, healthy and delicious. So I absolutely love HelloFresh.
Because when dinner tastes this good, nothing hits like home cooking. Go to HelloFresh.com/RR10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free Zwilling knife at $144.99 value on your third box. Offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Okay, we've been talking all about our 2026 goals and glow ups around here, and I wasn't feeling well, so I wasn't focusing on my self care much lately. But now that I'm back to healthy, I'm starting to think about what am I going to do this year for a personal self care glow up. So, do you have any recommendations for me?
I have a surprising self care glow up. So, we are all about our scents over here and how we smell. We like to smell good. One thing that I've been incorporating into my self care glow up is laundry detergent. Have you heard of laundry sauce? They have
No.
the most gorgeous, Ashley, gorgeous packaging for laundry detergent pods, but it's the scent that really takes it away. These smell like designer fragrances, and I'm not even joking. I was at my sister's house the other day and I reached over her and she was like, "What perfume do you have on?" And I was like, "I don't have on perfume." She was like, "No, you literally smell like you have on perfume." And I was like, "No, girl, it's these new laundry detergent pods that I've been using from Laundry Sauce." This one's Egyptian rose. So this one is my personal favorite because I love a rosy scent, but they have so
Mhm.
many other unique fragrances that are out of this world.
I'm so used to using my big, clunky liquid detergent bottle. So, those look so much cuter, perfect for a glow up. I'm definitely going to try them.
Yeah, and they have matching dryer sheets to go with any scent to just top off that fragrance and really make it stand out. So 10 out of 10 would recommend for a personal self-care glow up is getting your scent together, getting your clothes smelling good. I highly recommend it for sure.
Do they have any other good scents?
They do, girl. They have this Indonesian patchouli. This one smells really, really good. This one smells really good. I actually got you a box.
Oh,
I
you're
got
so sweet.
you the Italian bergamot. So I'm gonna send you these. It was gonna be a little surprise, but I'm gonna send you the Italian bergamot. These smell so good too.
That is actually my favorite color. So I've never seen such beautiful laundry detergent packaging. So that sells me, and I haven't even smelled them yet. So I want to try it just for how beautiful they are. Do they have like a money back guarantee if someone wants to just try it out?
Literally 100% money back guarantee. Who does that? What company does that? That's how you know you believe in your product is when you have a money back guarantee. So they have a 100% money back guarantee, which is amazing.
Well, I'm definitely going to try laundry sauce, obviously, because you're going to send me some, but then I think I might also order some. And we actually have a way for you guys to order some too, because for a limited time only, our listeners get 20% off your entire order when you use code receipts at laundrysauce.com. That's 20% off at laundrysauce.com with promo code receipts. After you check out, They'll ask where you heard about them. Don't forget to drop our name, Reality Receipts Podcast. Trust us, your laundry has never smelled this good. And Receipts is RECEIPTS. Just in case you don't know, it's a bit of a tricky one. So laundrysauce.com, code receipts. But then we find out that Steven was actually sleeping with Macy because they're from the same hometown. And he was in the car with her
Mhm.
the night that she crashed.
Mhm.
And so
But Drew did
this
run Macy off the road, right?
well, Steven was driving, right? So we find that out later
Oh,
that
yes,
Steven
he was driving. That's true.
mhm,
I forgot that little detail. So
yeah.
he still ran them off the road though.
Yeah,
And
I
Steven was
think
drinking, right?
Steven was drinking. Yes,
Yes.
Steven was
Okay.
drinking, Macy was drinking. I mean, I have thoughts about when they actually showed the car, right? Because it's very confusing. Like, how did Macy actually die from this accident? It wasn't a very bad accident. Her seatbelt wouldn't work, but usually if you're in a car accident and your seatbelt's not on, you end up outside of the car. She was still in the car.
Mm.
They didn't really and then they thought Macy was in the car alone. So then why was the passenger all messed up? No one's questioning this, which might come in
'Cause
season 3.
didn't he drag her into the driver's seat?
Yeah, but the damage would have been on the passenger seat, right? 'Cause that's where she was sitting.
And all
And
her
like
yeah, and all of her blood and stuff would have been yeah, that's
yeah.
actually that is diabolical to actually move a dead body into a driver's that is crazy. That is fucking weird. Actually,
Yeah.
Steven, you're gross. See,
Yeah,
it's like these little details that I forget that I need reminders of because 'cause I'm like,
you're like, "It's not that bad," and then you really
it's
think
not that
about it.
bad. You were drunk, you fled a crime scene, and you didn't know what happened, but no, you did know what happened, and you knew she was dead, and you picked up her dead body and moved it into the passenger seat the driver's seat to
Which
make
is
it look like
crazy.
you weren't there. Instead of calling an ambulance that well, I guess if she was already dead, calling an ambulance wouldn't have helped, but all
Mm.
to evade any type of involvement.
And this is honestly it's unrealistic, but you really have to suspend
Yeah,
disbelief to
that's true.
watch these shows because when you have I mean, I don't know what it's like in the States, but I know here when they don't just be like, "Oh, this person is sitting here, this must be what happened." Like they would do a lot of with the steering wheel, you would have certain injuries. They would ask people at the party, did anyone leave with her? People would have seen them together, right? Like they would do a
Yeah.
little more investigating. I don't think when somebody dies, they're not just like, case closed, that's fine. We'll just
Yeah,
leave it.
yeah,
So
and I'm sure traces of his blood had to be in the car somewhere. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like I would have hoped that her parents would know her well enough to be like, she wouldn't drink and drive. Like there must have been someone else in the car, and then they investigate that. So bad police work in this little town, and her parents should have done more, but it's a TV show, so
Yeah,
we'll let it
yeah,
go.
we'll let it go, we'll let it go.
Yeah, but you should never just think that's how the accident happened. I mean, maybe no one did see them together, though. They obviously show the
'Cause they
scene.
were, like, sneaking around, right? Like,
Mhm.
nobody knew that they were involved with each other.
But did they not text each other to meet up? Yes. So no one went through her phone and saw that? Plot
Yeah,
holes.
yeah, plot holes, that's true, that definitely would've
See,
they
that's why
would've yeah, bad police work.
yes, we're investigators by nature, so, when I'm watching this, I'm like, that doesn't feel likely, but I'm
Yeah, y'all should check her phone, actually, you know?
right? Yeah, like, nobody decided to look at her phone or look through, like, her yeah, they could have done a little bit more investigating, but anyways. So, then somehow Lucy finds out about this, I think Steven tells her maybe, I don't know, but she finds out, and Drew has been in a tizzy because he feels like he killed this girl, and he's in a really bad place, and then Lucy writes a letter to the school basically and lets them know what happened, and then for some reason it gets blamed. So there's also Pippa is
Yes,
Lucy's other friend. Somehow it gets blamed that Pippa wrote this letter. I don't know why they just
right.
automatically assume it's her and not Steven because Wrigley's way too trusting of Steven.
I also never understood the letter, right? I never understood why the school needed to know what happened, like, why that was
Yeah.
such, like, a big plot line that the school needed to know and, like, who wrote this letter. I
Mhm.
never ever understood why the letter needed to be written, why the school needed to know, like, maybe her parents, maybe, like, law enforcement, but, like, putting this big emphasis on the school knowing what happened was
Mhm.
always strange to me. Didn't Lu did Lu and am I making this up or not? But did Lucy find out by, like, a laptop or something going through she saw some pictures? Am I making that up? Like, am
That was
I making
Diana.
that
I think that was
Oh,
Diana. How Lucy found out about
oh,
Macy was Macy's memorial. She went into her bedroom and she had that flower that Steven drew a flower for Lucy on like their first date, and he drew the same flower for Macy. Diana found out
mm.
by going through the laptop and she saw the
Oh,
photos.
okay.
So
Okay, at least I knew I wasn't making that up.
yeah.
But yeah, like
But
was
I'm
that
trying to remember.
strange to you though that the letter did you find that the letter was like it being this like big plot hole that like never made sense to me in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like law enforcement, her parents, okay, the school,
Yeah, I think I mean, I agree. I think going to her parents are gonna care the most about what the fuck happened to her, right? So if you
right.
want someone to dig into this or yeah, I would say she should have sent it to the parents, but I think it's when you're away at college and you live there. I don't know, I never did that. So, oh, I guess I didn't live at a college, but I
Yeah.
would assume you kind of feel like the college is like in charge of you, right? Because she doesn't talk to her mom really. She's living there. I don't know. I'm not
What
sure.
did
The
the
police
letter
wouldn't make more
say
sense
again?
as much.
Oh.
So she sent the letter because I think Macy's family and everybody thought it was just Macy that crashed, right? So she wanted them to know that someone else was there. But then Wrigley blamed Pippa, and because that sent Drew off into a tailspin, and so that caused the whole thing. Wrigley and Pippa broke up over this letter, and I don't understand. Like, I just don't know that that was something that but then remember people started saying, "Oh, I think I did see Steven at the party." So obviously someone did see him. And then Lucy lied and said, "No, he was with me that night." So she was
Mm,
really in this weird place of like trying to do a good thing for Macy, but then lying to protect Steven. So,
right.
and they go to this how Evans like cabin or house, lake house,
Yes, Lake
summer
House.
house.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, this is something that I never understood. I don't know if you'll remember or if I missed what happened, but remember when Steven put Bree's camera in the pool because all the
Mhm.
photos of him and why didn't she say anything? She just never, like, called him out for that in
Did
front of
she
everyone.
see him do it?
Oh, Pippa saw, and she never
Oh.
said anything. It
I
was
think
weird.
this is before they knew, like, that Steven was a monster, like, they were all trying to still figure him out, but you're right, I thought nobody had seen him.
Pippa did. She's on the phone, remember? She's, like, texting, and she
Mhm,
watched him put the camera in the pool, and then he put it in the house, and then Bree found it and was like, "Why is the camera wet? Everything's ruined." And Pippa just sat there quietly.
mhm.
Did Steven have something on Pippa at that point that I'm not remembering? Like, I know
I
this.
don't know, because Steven has stuff on everyone, right? Like, he
Yeah.
secretly has shit on everyone.
Well, if
So,
you guys remember, let me know because I was like, "What did I miss here? What does he have on Pippa that she wouldn't just be like, 'You just put Bree's fucking camera in the water.'" So
yeah.
oh, and then when all this is happening, Lucy also meets Max, the restaurant bartender guy, and they hook up on Christmas. What's your thoughts about Lucy? Like, do you think she's just as bad as Steven or he's the worst or what? I don't think she's just as bad as him, but she definitely got issues.
Well, I think that's always been my take on the show. I'm like, why are like this is just a toxic college relationship. Like, I don't know if I'm just a toxic bitch, but I'm like, okay, they're just toxic. They're just like two toxic college
Mhm.
students. Like, she's toxic, he's trifling, she's trifling. She's not moving dead bodies trifling, but
Yeah.
like in terms of like diabolical and like trifling and lying and manipulative, they're kinda the same. I don't
They
know.
do have a lot of the same qualities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's why I never
interesting.
understood, like, why everyone was like I mean, I guess maybe that's the lore of the show is like,
Mhm.
"Damn, who's gonna do what next?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah. Oh, and then the end of season 1 is Steven shows up at this party with Diana. They're back together, I guess because they're both well, he needs Diana, right, to get into to do this law internship or whatever. Her dad has connections. Diana's got money, and Lucy doesn't have any of that for him. And so, and Lucy's not going to go to where is it, Italy, wherever she was going for the summer. She decides not to go for him, which is so. Did you watch The Hills? Lauren
uh,
didn't go to Paris.
yes, I watched
Very similar.
like, a long time ago. Yeah, don't ever
Mhm.
change your plans for
Never.
a man, especially a
Mm-mm.
Steven DeMarco. Oh, lord.
Yeah, so I think, obviously Steven is, like, turned off by the thought that she's just gonna sit around all summer and wait for him. He doesn't like her, job suggestions, and so he goes back with Diana. She's in a coconut bra, he walks in with Diana. That sends her to Evan, and they hook up, and there's lots of, sex in this. If you're listening to our deep dive, but you've never watched, it's like the straight version of Heated Rivalry, I guess, because we
Yeah.
just watched that one and did a deep dive, and that was full of sex, and this one's full of sex, so if you like that stuff, this has a lot of that, so
Yeah, elongated sex scenes just make me uncomfortable. Like, I'm just like, "Okay, I get it. Kiss a little bit. Oh, we see them taking off your clothes. Cut to you guys in bed being done." Like, I don't I can allude to what happened in between. I don't need to fucking see it. Please, please.
you don't need to see, someone's face buried in each other's crotches and all that going
I'm
on, no.
good. I'm good. Unless unless I'm intentionally watching it. I don't need to see it. Like I don't need to see it.
Not when you're just trying to watch a show for the plot,
Yeah,
right?
I'm like
Yeah. I just fast forward those parts, but then I'm like,
yeah,
"Wait, that
same.
one might have been important. What are he saying?
Yeah,
I gotta go
same.
back."
Yeah, like if I see them like talking, like then I'll
Uh-huh.
rewind and be like, oh, maybe they said something important. But if it's just like full on banging, I'm like, mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Well, I think that was basically everything. I mean, obviously, this is a rapid recap, so it's not all the details of the season. You definitely have to watch it, but those are like the main points of the season. I have seen a lot of people comment on the fact that some of the actors don't look college age. They look a little older. They shouldn't be playing these parts. It didn't stand out
Who?
that much to me.
Who?
The girl that plays Pippa, and then
Oh yeah.
Steve, and then Steven,
Steven
obviously.
looks
But
48.
well,
I'm
did
just
you
kidding.
he's obviously, I think everybody knows this is no deep dive secret, but the two main characters, Jackson White, who plays Stephen DeMarco, and Grace Van Patten, who plays Lucy, are dating in real life. You know that,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, of course, and Ashley
Mm.
has a theory that and you know what? I seen them on a red
I think I'm
carpet,
wrong
and
now.
you
Yeah.
think you're wrong?
Oh,
I seen him on a red carpet, and I was like, "Oh, I'm picking up on an energy, I'm picking up on a vibe."
right?
Yes, so Ashley was like, I don't know, like, I have like, just a feeling that these 2 are not
I
together
get these
anymore."
spidey senses.
She gets
Mhm.
these spidey senses that they're not together anymore, and she means the 2 actors in real life. Obviously, if they would never announce it right now. They're in the middle of like a major press tour for this
Mhm.
show. I seen some podcast clips and I seen some like red carpet. I don't follow the 2 of them in real life that closely, but I had the same thought. Like I was like, I don't know. There seems to be an energy here that maybe they're not together. So
Mhm.
that'll be interesting to see if they are. Once the end
I
of season
predict
2 ends. That I predict that
wait,
they're gonna announce it after season 2 ends.
I agree. I predict in about a month or 2, we're gonna get an announcement from them. What makes me feel that is, yes, some energy between them, but I think maybe they're always like that, but also she was on Call Her Daddy last year, and she said she lived alone, which doesn't necessarily mean a lot, like, you don't have to move in with someone, but I think they met back in, like, 2020? They started
When
dating?
they started filming the show, yeah, that's when they met.
Yeah, so they met over Zoom. I got, like, the little story off Call Her
Yeah.
Daddy. Um, they met over Zoom. She didn't like him when she met him. She thought he was too serious of an actor, but then when they met in person, they had, like, a ton of chemistry. So they actually started dating before the show even started filming.
Mm.
So when they called him to tell him that he was cast, he was like, "Yeah, I know already." And they're like, "How do you know?" And then Grace was there. She's like, "Hey, like Megan, that's the showrunner." So like, and she's like, so, like, "You whores," or something. She said to them and was like, "This is a bad idea, right? You're the two main stars of the show and you're dating, and it could go so wrong." So I do feel like if there were any issues between them or they did break up, they definitely would keep it as hush hush as they could because they were told this is a bad idea and you're putting the whole show at risk if something happens to the level that you can't be around each other, which I'm sure they're professionals and they wouldn't let that happen anyways. But we all remember, or maybe we don't, One Tree Hill, Sophia Bush, Chad Michael Murray. They got married and they got divorced, but they still had to keep filming together, and it was a bad scene. So
Yeah.
it's a long time ago.
Yeah, that could get tricky for sure.
So I do feel like maybe they're not together, but maybe they just enjoy their own space. But I would think after dating for like 4 years, you'd move in together. No, maybe not. If you like
I
your
don't
own.
know. People move at their own pace. There's a whole debate
Mm,
going around online right now of like living, we said on the Valley Persian style, living in separate bedrooms as married couples, living in separate
mhm.
houses as married couples. Like some people just like their
Separate
fucking space,
countries.
separate countries in the back. Like, I guess people just
Yeah.
like their space. But I don't know. I didn't feel like when I seen the red carpet and like the podcast clips, which again, like you said, maybe that's just their energy all the time. I was like, I think Ashley's spidey senses might be right. But we'll see.
hmm Yes, we if it comes true, then I'm literally a psychic. But it's
Literally, we're, like, gonna start selling tarot cards, like, next week.
it's also an educated guess because, like I said, the signs are there, and I've noticed in the press that they're doing it is giving off like, if they were, like they've been together for 4 years and they were, like, super happy, I feel like that would be a focus of the chats of, like, "Oh, how we make this work," and but that the chats that I've seen them have in this press run is not that focused on their relationship. It's more
Mm,
about the show and the
okay.
characters, but maybe they're just sick of talking about it. We all know they're together, so who cares? But
Yeah.
did you know we saw Steven's mom in this first season, Katie Seagal? That's his mom in real life. Did you know that?
Oh, no. I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
I
So if
know
you don't
there's a lot of, like, intermingling, right? There's a lot of, like,
mhm.
real life connections between the cast and, like, the actors, but I don't know them all, so give me the tea.
Yeah, so that's his mom in real life. So she was if you probably this is a long time ago, but Peg Bundy, Married with Children, that's
Mm,
Katie Seagal. That is his mom in real life, so, I mean, I don't know if that is considered a nepo baby, but I think it helps having connections in the industry. Same with Grace, her dad is a director, Tim Van Patten, he's done Sopranos, Game of Thrones, so
Oh,
they're both
okay. No, that's not getting it out the mud. Okay, that's you have connections, and that's why you're on the
mm.
show. Sorry,
I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? It doesn't hurt,
it helps significantly.
she went to acting school in New York, act or like a theater high school, LaGuardia something. I think it's the same one Jennifer Aniston went to, but I could be wrong. And Timothy Chalamet went there when she went there. So, she's in the crew of I don't think he's a nepo maybe he is a nepo baby. I don't even know who is I think they all are at this point. So, you gotta stand out some way, right? So, if you got connections, you might as well use
Use
them,
them,
but
yeah.
yeah, so we'll get to season 3. There's more nepo babies to come, so
Okay,
these are not the
okay,
only ones, but,
okay,
yeah, there's other couples as well, so Brandon Cook, who plays Evan, and Catherine Hughes, who plays Molly, they are a real life couple,
okay.
and they got engaged in October.
Oh wow.
See? So it's like they're moving along, so they're together, but I'm like, Jackson and Grace, no engagement, no moving in together, but maybe they just got sick of every interview being about their relationship, so they're just not making it a focus
Yeah,
and being private. Could be either way.
yeah. Or maybe they like are one of those couples that are like, oh, I never want to get married.
True.
You
There
know?
could be. Maybe they have an open relationship, like the Oliver, but we'll get there too. So actually, well, we'll talk about that when we get to season 2. But, oh, and then Pippa and Wrigley are dating in real life too.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was, like, I think a makeup artist or someone else gave an interview somewhere and said that. So, I don't know if that's, like, 100% confirmed, like, neither of Pippa and Wrigley haven't confirmed it, so but someone on the set, I would assume, knows these things, so we'll take her word for it,
Oh, dang.
but they
Okay, and
haven't posted it.
somebody is dating the show the creator of the
Yes,
show,
that's what
right?
I was gonna get to with season
Yeah.
2. Okay, this is a little weird to me, I don't know how you feel about it, but the Megan Oppenheimer who runs the show, when she wrote the character of Oliver, she wanted someone who wasn't gonna be, like, creepy or put the actors at risk. So she's like, "I'm gonna put my husband in the role." And I don't know, like, do you want your husband making out and doing sex scenes with 20-year-olds? Obviously, they're very secure and comfortable, but it does give a little bit of art imitating life because she's, you know.
She said she didn't want anyone creepy
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Like, she wanted someone safe.
the character itself, it's a creepy character, right? Like this
True.
older teacher who's like
Mhm.
preying on his young students and
Mhm.
fucking them, and his wife knows about it. It's a creepy
Yeah.
character. This creepy guy. Like,
Yeah, obviously, we don't know what goes on in their private business, but I feel like, yeah, she's very comfortable watching him make out with young women, that's all. So it's like,
I don't know.
y
You've got to, like I said, like you know
it
who
would be
you
hard.
marry, and like when you know you're marrying an actor, like that's part of the gig, which is so crazy because I'm always like, oh, I don't think I could do
Mhm.
that. Like I remember when I was like young, like 19, my boyfriend was a artist, a musician, like a R&B artist, and I remember every time he had to like have a girl in his little music video, quote unquote, I'd be sitting there like pissed the fuck off. Like I
Yeah,
didn't give a fuck if it was for I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. I was like, so you're kissing bitches, like,
right?
like
Yeah, it's very, like, very secure of her, like I said, but
yeah.
I don't know, I would want someone safe for the actors, but I don't know that I'd wanna volunteer my own husband to be that
I feel like
person,
that's a
so.
strange role to volunteer your husband for, especially the reasoning behind it. Like, you didn't want someone creepy and you wanted someone safe. Like, I just feel like the role is creepy. So maybe you should have
Mhm.
got an actor that's just like, plays a creep
Well,
in previous roles and like people kind of just see him as such. There's tons of actors that
mhm.
like fit into a role of like a creep or like a
Yeah, like, how was her husband not like, "You wrote this role of this creep," and you were like, "Yes, you're perfect for that."
Yes, he's handsome though. He is a
Yeah,
handsome guy,
mhm.
but yeah, like I'd kind of be offended. Like, so you thought of me? Like, when you like maybe it's like maybe she knows he used to fuck young bitches. Like, maybe she knows like he's had. I don't know. Maybe he had sex with the
Well,
teacher, and it's a full circle moment. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, he's been so Tom Ellis is the actor, and he's been divorced before, and no, this is just alleged online rumors, but his first marriage broke up because he had an affair on the movie that he was doing with, like, one of the actors, which
See?
is alleged.
This is exactly why you can't trust the motherfucking actor because what the hell do you mean? Either you're gonna keep it professional or you're not. And the minute you don't keep it professional, you can never do another scene with another woman ever again.
Mm.
Like,
Right, and so maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's like, "I wanna keep, my eye on him, so if he's on my set, even if he's making out with girls, I'm here watching, so I got my eye on him."
yeah.
Having the history of cheating and then yeah, I don't know. I find it a
Yeah.
little strange. Most people would have a hard time watching their husband do that, right? But, I mean,
Yeah.
very progressive of her.
Yeah,
Maybe
good
it
thing
turns her
good for
on,
her.
which is good for her. Yeah,
Good for her. Good for
good
her.
for her.
Or maybe she's just
One
super
couldn't do it,
fucking
but
professional. I couldn't do it either.
I know, right? Well, speaking of Oliver, for season 2, it kinda starts with okay, we didn't mention Lydia in season 1, but, Lucy has a best friend, Lydia, from back home. So, starting off in season 2, we see her brother is attending the same school as Lucy, and her
Mm,
brother is a creep. So,
yes.
he's takes Pippa in a room, it's apparent that he has drugged her drink or something, and thankfully
Yeah.
Diana and Lucy rescue her, but now she knows her best friend's brother is a total creep. So,
Mm,
then we see Evan. So Evan tells Bree, oh, right, I don't think we talked about the fact that Bree and Evan were dating, right? But then Evan comes clean to Bree about cheating on her, but not with who.
yeah.
Why does he do that again? There's too much lying and then too much honesty in the show because sometimes
Yeah,
why are you telling them that?
you know what I realize, like, guys do in real life too? Sometimes they have a conscience, oftentimes they don't,
Mhm.
but what they do is they tell a half truth to make themselves feel better, right? To clear their
Mm,
conscience, right? So, I'm gonna
right.
tell you that I cheated, but I'm not gonna tell you with who, because me telling you that I cheated clears my conscience, but so, and then
You
I
don't
feel
need the
like I've told you
detail.
the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but I'm still gonna lie about who it was with, because that's
Mhm.
just too far. I don't want you to think I'm that ain't shit, you know?
Yeah.
This happens in real life all the time. Like, Imma tell you a little piece of it to make me feel better. It's a selfish act because men are fucking selfish. It's a selfish act. It's nothing to do with you. It's just to make them feel better,
Uh-huh.
and then their conscience is clean and they could go about their life, you know?
The weight
Yeah.
is off their shoulder,
The
and
weight
now
is
it's on
off
your
their
shoulder.
shoulder. Yes. Mhm, mhm. Yes.
Yeah. So then, I mean, at this point, Bree already has a little crush on Oliver, her professor, who's married to another professor at the school. So Bree's like, whatever, Evan, that's fine, we're done. She starts an affair with this professor, and Lucy starts seeing Leo. Now, this is where the biggest off screen tea comes in because you know all this drama, right? What the actor's name is, what is his name?
I don't know, but he's the one that
Thomas
dated
Doherty. I just
he
remembered.
he dated Georgia
Yeah.
Hazarati, right?
Now, this is alleged because she never named the person, but if you look at Georgia's dating history, you deep dive through everything, you comb it all, he's the only person that adds up. He's the only person that makes sense for the stories that she's telling. So Georgia went on the Viall Files, and she said she had recently dated someone that was the most diabolical person she's ever met. That when they broke up, he like put a tracker on her. He would text her and be like, "Oh, you just got home," or like, "You were just here, you were there." Like he knew everything about her. He would put her down and be like, "You're here, and I'm here because I'm like a real actor and you're a reality star. I can't be seen with you in public." He was just horrible, right? And so everyone has assumed that she's talking about this Thomas Doherty guy. So,
Mm.
and then everybody in the comments on the clips of her saying this is like, "Oh, he's the real life Stephen DeMarco," which is so funny. You wouldn't have seen that coming. So
Yeah, and he's hot.
I don't find him that cute. I know
I
everybody like,
thought it
but
was cute,
I
but
did
not
actually
after
from
finding out
pictures.
what he did, I was like, "Oh, no, never
Yeah.
mind." Yeah,
It's hard not to think of that, right? Because I knew this story before watching, so I feel like that kind of tainted my
for sure,
vision of Leo, right? Because I don't
for
know what
sure.
they were trying to make him. If he's a good guy, he's a bad guy. He obviously has some issues.
Right.
Guess he's got like anger issues, violence issues. So he's not really that good of a guy. But then knowing how he is in real life, I'm like, ooh, you can't
Mhm.
really see him as anything but that. So
Yeah, and we didn't see him again, so I wonder if all of that online backlash had, he could have come back because he did play Lucy's love interest, but we never
yeah.
seen him again. So I wonder if all of that online chatter had something to do with it.
I have been wondering that too because,
Mhm.
well, we do see in season 2 that could have been the end of the arc of the character, right? Because obviously they kind of end on bad terms, so maybe that was it for him, and it's just a coincidence. But it's hard to say
Yeah.
because it ends. Lucy hooks up with Steven, and I still don't understand this either. I don't know why she hooks up with Steven and then she goes directly to Leo's house and hooks up with him in the same underwear.
Yeah.
Why did she
S
do that?
because that's Lucy, right? Like, that is also trying to play into her diabolicalness. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, that was, like, specifically to show, like, she's a wild girl, okay? Like,
Yeah, she's got
she's got
her own
her
dark
own
demons,
darkness.
right?
Yes, mhm,
Yeah, so that culminates in Steven being jealous because they're at a party together, Leo and Lucy, and he goes up to Leo and he knows that Leo has these anger issues, and in the past Leo's girlfriend cheated on him with Steven apparently, and
mhm,
so they already got beef. And
mhm.
so Steven whispers to Leo like, "I hooked up with her this morning. She was wearing this color underwear," and says something really nasty. Do you remember? I don't want to say it.
No, say it.
He said something like, "How did my cum taste?" or something. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I told you.
yeah.
It's bad.
It's not
So,
that bad, but if,
okay.
like, saying I mean, it is, guys, like,
It's a
I'm just like,
family-friendly podcast.
but not really, I've been dropping
Not really.
F-bombs this whole time, but, yeah, if another that is going to spark a fight for sure, right? If a
Yeah.
man says this to another man,
Not good. So
not
then
good.
he punches him a lot. I'm surprised he survived that because he beats his face to a pulp. Steven's happy though because he knows he's ruined things with Lucy and Leo, so he's smiling through all of his blood and nastiness. So that's the end of Leo. I think it does feel like a natural ending for that. I don't think that Lucy, but maybe he will pop up. We're only 3 episodes into season
Oh,
3, so
that's
maybe he
true.
will.
Oh, that's true.
He might be back. But what else was happening? Obviously, the horrible thing that happens at the end of season 2, they convince Drew because he's been away this whole season, he's not talking to his brother Wrigley, he's mad about this letter still, and so Drew comes to visit, and Wrigley gives him some painkillers, which he decides to, like, break in half, which apparently can kill you. I don't know, is that, like, real life? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. I
I feel like that would be have
maybe
to be,
back
like, a
in
big warning on it or something.
2007, maybe back in 2007. Remember when you could break open a Tylenol, people were putting stuff in the capsules, and then
Oh.
you know, there's a whole documentary on it on Netflix.
Oh, really?
People were breaking open Tylenols and putting cyanide in them, and then
Oh,
people
yeah,
were
yeah,
just
yeah.
dying all over the world. You can't
Yes.
break open a
Oh,
Tylenol
now they have the
capsule.
tamper.
Yeah.
Well, they changed the bottles. They have, like, the anti-tamper
Yeah, but
things.
Tylenols are not capsules anymore. You can't twist them open and pour anything out. They're just a solid white pill. Took 2 today, actually.
Oh, you're the Tylenol expert. So, anyway,
Yeah, I take them all the time for my period cramps.
well, I'm glad they can't open them anymore, but, that's how he died.
Yeah.
Because they're time release, he opens them. Anyways, he dies, and so, Lucy feels so terrible because Wrigley's blaming himself because he thinks because Wrigley told Pippa. Then she sent the letter. This is why this has all happened. So Lucy's about to confess that she wrote the letter, and then Stephen, in a rare act of, I don't even know. I can't give him any credit because there's probably
It
some
was for
diabolical
yes,
reason.
there was a reason behind it, something to benefit him, something to hang over
Yes.
Lucy's head, but again, to me, it was like, there was so much weight on this letter, and I didn't even like
Yeah.
who wrote it was, like, this massive thing, and it's like, in the end, it didn't ultimately end up mattering who wrote
Mhm.
it because Wrigley still like, the letter, should have been a plot hole that could have been missed, in my opinion,
Mhm.
because I'm like, who cares who wrote it? It ultimately didn't end up mattering. Wrigley wasn't mad at Steven. Would he have been mad at Lucy? Wasn't. He was still even talking to Pippa at the time, even when he thought
Mhm.
she wrote it. So why was this letter a big deal?
Mhm. The
Like,
only thing that bothered me about it was how sure they all were that it was Pippa, like, the whole time. I don't know why it didn't just stay a mystery of, like, who wrote the letter. They just assumed it was Pippa, which was weird to me, but
mm,
oh, we forgot the most important part of the plot is that we do skip ahead to 2015 sometimes, and it's actually Bree and Evan's wedding. So we know
right.
somehow they end up back together and everything's fine with them. We see that Lucy's with Max from season 1 for some reason in 2015, which seems weird to me.
Yeah, I didn't even remember Max.
No, they're back together, and the biggest shocker of all is Steven is with Lucy's best friend from her hometown, Lydia.
Right.
Ooh, I like that because it's like, okay, we need to see how we got here, and it keeps you interested because you wanna know, how did you get from A to B? How do we get from 2007 to 2015? Because
And
it
see,
doesn't make sense.
that was, like, another thing for me, like, I felt like Lydia did not have enough screen time for
Mhm.
when he walked into this wedding with her in season 2, everybody was like, at the ending, and I was like, "Well, who the fuck is this girl? Like, who is she?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, there were so many plot holes that I was like, "This girl didn't get enough airtime for me to instantly, be able to identify who she was." Right? So
Mm.
when everybody was going crazy over it on the internet, I was like, who is she? Who's Lydia? Like, what the fuck?
I like that as the time goes on, though, it makes more and more sense. So, like, okay, so Lucy hooked up with Evan. Steven is so pissed about that. So his tit for tat is now he's with Lydia, her friend. Like, he's that diabolical that he's
You're that
literally
diabolical
engaged.
that you held on to something from college just to
Not
reveal
realistic, right?
it
Mm,
on their wedding day and assume
mm,
that it's just gonna mess up. That's crazy, right? Like, that's
mm.
actually diabolical. Like, I'm gonna, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna hold on to this bullet and I'm gonna release it at the right time. Just when you think that I forgot about it, just when you think that you got away with it, I'm gonna do it on the most important day of your life. Now, I think he thought
Mhm.
that he seemed to be shocked when um she still said yes. Like, he seemed genuinely shocked,
Yeah,
but
he's not. Oh,
he
if you don't know what we're talking about, um, Steven gets Evan he records Evan saying that he slept with Lucy, right? And he this is in 2008, and he holds on to that recording until the day of Bree and Evan's wedding, and he texts it to Bree, right before she walks down the aisle. So she hears this recording of the man she's about to marry saying, "I slept with your best friend." 8 years ago or whatever it is, and she doesn't care. Now we haven't gotten to the bottom of why she doesn't care yet. She does say to Lucy, "I'm, like, a terrible person," or, "I'm the worst person," so everybody's wondering what she's done that this doesn't
which
bother.
kind of seems like she may have fucked Wrigley, is what
Oh,
season
you think
3
so?
is leading me to believe. You don't think
Mm.
that there's an energy between Wrigley and Bree?
It feels like something, but they also
Something's
kind of
something's brewing, and I think
mhm,
something's brewing, and I think what she thinks that she's this is just a theory, guys, but I think that in season 3, we're gonna find out that Bree and Wrigley hook up, and she's gonna feel so awful about that, that's why she's able to let it roll off her back that, "You know what?
mhm.
Evan had sex with my friend, I had sex with his friend. Yeah, you know,
Motherfucker. Yeah.
we're even."
Didn't they kind of make it seem for a minute there too that there was some kind of energy between Bree and Steven? Like when he was like, if I would have met Bree first, I would have gone for her. She's beautiful. They
I
tried.
think they were no, I don't think that that was an energy. My opinion is that it was just Steven being Steven trying to manipulate and trying to be like, "Oh yeah, like she's cute. I would have went for her. Do you want to
Mm.
tell me about Evan?" Like he was saying anything to just get her to tell him that he fucked Evan, that she fucked Evan, and she didn't. She lied
Yeah,
right to his fucking face.
yeah, yeah. She did.
On
Yeah,
drugs, like, yeah,
she's a
you've
good
got your
liar.
shit together even on drugs, like, you know? And then also, yeah, he actually we're not at season 3 yet, but I was gonna say
No.
that he actually kinda drugged her because she was under the guise that they took those pills together and he didn't take
Yeah.
his.
One okay, I know a lot of people didn't like this part, but I thought it was pretty funny when she texted Steven, like, "I need to see you," and then he's like, "Give me 15 minutes," and then when he went down to the pool, she was with Max, and he was, like, just standing there. I just thought that was funny, but it shows her diabolical side too, right? Like, a lot of people thought that was fucked up of her, but I'm
That
like, "She
was
kinda
at
deserves it
that
now."
was at the that was
Wedding.
in 2015, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she just wanted to see if he would come.
Well, she wanted to rub it in his face, I think, that she was with Max, but
Yeah.
then Max sees the text because then he's like, "Thanks for the show." Max sees that, Max leaves, and then she does sleep with Steven. So I was like, it was cool
Yeah.
for a minute, and now he
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
stuck
I
with her.
thought I wasn't sure if I remember that correctly. I was like, she does actually hook up with him in current day, right?
Yeah, yeah, right
While he's
before the
with
wedding.
his yeah, while he's in his
Mhm.
with his fiancée,
They're still
and she
up to no good.
oh god. Oh god.
Does this, like does this ring true? I went to college older after I was
same,
married.
so did I.
Oh,
So
like mm,
I
but
went to
does it
college in my older like not at like not straight out of high school.
okay, but does it did you have, like, a friend group? Does any of this ring true to, like, how things going on with friends and stuff?
I've definitely I don't think that I've personally had like a toxic ex that like it's gone on for this amount of
Mhm,
time at this rate or at this level. Do I have friends that have dealt with a ex that it's like why can't you see that he fucking sucks? He doesn't care about you. All you guys have in common is sex. Like, yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
But like
But
it
what about, like, the
lasting is
friend
like
stuff?
8 years? What do you mean
No, what
friend
about,
stuff?
like, the friend stuff? So, like, sleeping with each other's boyfriends and all
Bitch,
this stuff.
I'll fuck you up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we gonna have to, you gonna have to catch these fucking hands. Like, I've never understood that. But, oh, I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you off camera because I have always like had friends where it's like to me, I'm like, there's too many people in the world for me to
Yeah,
kiss, hook up, talk to, canoodle with
mhm,
anybody that you've been involved with. Like to me, it just doesn't make sense. If my friend has hooked
mhm,
up with them, if my friend has even had a crush on them, I don't have no business in that space.
mhm,
But I have also seen within friend groups like, oh yeah, like that. She used to date him back in the day, and now I have a kid with him. Or,
oh,
oh yeah, like once upon a time, like yeah, we all like intermingled with the same guy. And I
mm,
remember coming into that friend group thinking, this is fucking weird. I need you bitches to know that I don't play that shit. So anything that
oh,
I've touched, off limits. Like and
yeah,
anything that you've touched, trust that it's off limits. But they
mhm,
all were fine with it. Like within the friend group,
mhm,
like an ex or I don't think to the level of like he was my man and he cheated on me with
yeah,
my friend. Like
mhm,
no, but like oh yeah, like I used to hit that 2 years ago. And
yeah,
now now my girl's hitting that like and I just find it very weird. I'm like,
yeah,
there's too many guys in the world. So
mhm,
I remember specifically coming into the friend group saying, "Listen, bitches, I don't play that shit. So
yeah.
if y'all can't get,
Stay away from my man.
yeah, stay away from my man. Stay away from my ex man. Stay away. You know what I mean? Like maybe if it's
Mhm,
something like 20 years ago, maybe there's a statute of limitations. But ask me, bitch. See how I feel about it first. Don't just assume that I'm
yeah,
okay with it because I just feel like there's just too many people in the world to
yeah,
but, like, cheating,
yeah,
like, Brie would never forgive like, had she found out, right, like, Brie would not have forgiven Lucy for doing that with
no,
Evan, but,
no,
we're gonna have to fight. Like, I'm
yeah,
going to fight you. Like, and is
uh,
that gonna solve anything? No, but it's gonna make me feel better, okay? And if I lose the fight, then that's on me, but we're gonna
I
fight.
I I've never had, like, friends dating exes or anything like that, but there was a short period of time where I feel like this show really feels like how my life was. It was, like, when I was, like, 19, I lived with a couple girls in a house, and I was dating this guy, and I remember one night we were all there was only one club in our town, and so we were going to the club, and she wasn't feeling like going to the club, and now the guy I'm dating is like, "I'm gonna stay here at the house with her." I know.
Oh! Uh,
Yeah. Yeah,
so
and
at
I
the
knew.
time, you didn't think it was weird or you knew?
No, no, I thought it was weird, but
Oh.
I was, like, not really she was a lot taller than me and probably a lot tougher. She was a tough girl, and I wasn't gonna fight her, but so I went to the club with my friends, but I knew what they were doing. So when I
Mm.
came back, I think I went in her room and, like, poured a drink on her bed or something. That was as crazy as
That
I
was as
got.
crazy as it got.
This is the same guy. Remember before I told the story about when someone cheated on me and then I hooked up with his brother?
Yeah, he deserved that
Same
shit.
guy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that guy. Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah. So for like that small period of my life, I'm like, yes, this could be a TV show. This is crazy and diabolical. But thankfully it was very short. It wasn't like a college 4 years. I feel like that would be exhausting. Like being around a
Yeah.
lot of people like that. But I do think
Yeah.
it is like
I think it
maybe that's
happens.
why I
I
like
think
it.
it
Yeah.
happens. I see story times on TikTok about it all the time. Like
Yeah.
she hooked up with my roommate, or my roommate's been hooking up with my boyfriend, or my best friend's been hooking up with my boyfriend, and they do story times on it. But luckily,
Mhm.
I think if unless I don't recall properly, I have never had that happen because I'm a listen, we're gonna fight. Fight. Like, I don't care if
We'll play out
I
there,
don't
Kate.
care if I lose, right? Even if you're a tough bitch and you can probably
Uh-huh.
beat my ass, you're gonna know that I'm not a pussy ass hoe and, like, I'm going to fight you.
So
Even if I lose,
you wouldn't
I'm going
you
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
pour
fight
a
you.
drink on someone's bed. You pour it in their face.
I would have poured it in their face. I actually would have said I'm going to the club, and I wouldn't have went to the club, and I would have barged in and beat both they motherfucking ass. That's what I would have done.
I should have done that.
But yeah.
I should have done that. I don't know. I can't remember why. I think I wanted to just go to the club. So I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
find another one at the club, actually, you know?
I honestly didn't like him that much, which is good because he ended up being a
Yeah, because
cheater.
you
We
knew
probably
what was going
lost.
on, and you're like, "Okay, bye." Anyway, like, like, and you see,
I'm gonna
like,
go.
this is a difference. You poured a drink on her bed. I probably would have pissed on her bed. Like, you know what I mean? It's just levels. Like, took a shit on her
Oh, no.
mattress or something. I'm like, I don't
Oh
know
my
who
god.
did this.
She would deserve it, right? Who's gonna do that?
Yeah, like she would have deserved it at that point.
Totally. You're gonna sleep with your roommate's boyfriend while she's at the club. You're gonna have a messed up bed. Just
Yeah,
accept that. It's a fact.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think that's why this show reminds me of this time and it's interesting, but not like I said, not this
I
crazy.
think I
No.
think I think you're right though. For this age group and for this time, it's very
Hmm.
relatable, right?
Yeah,
So,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
Too relatable. I think that's why it is like triggering for some people because they have been in a relationship like this. Like I haven't been in one this toxic, so it's not like triggering for me to the point where I'm like I can't watch that because it brings back this memories of this specific man or guy. So
Mm,
I think it's hard for some people to watch, but for me, it brings back friends sleeping with your man and all that stuff. So it's a little
yeah,
easier to watch. It's not
yeah.
that hard, but um I think that was it for season 2, right? Everything I mean, the general things. Obviously there's a lot of small
General.
details. Oh,
Yeah.
Bree finding out that Oliver and Marianne are not swingers, but basically like open.
Yeah. Open. Yeah.
Are you not surprised that like she didn't just tell the school? Like why smash up his car? Just get him fired. Seems better, right? Or I
Yeah.
think it's a different time, right? It wasn't I mean, I think it was still illegal then or no? She's of age. I don't know how that
She's
works.
of age. She's of age, and I think like you watch Friends, so remember Ross was like sleeping with
Yeah.
one of his friends. So it's just frowned upon. Like it's not illegal. It's just frowned
No,
upon.
remember he was wrong, and they're like, "No, they're gonna fire you. It's
Oh
not frowned
yeah, you're
upon."
right. But it's not illegal. Like I think he
Mm,
definitely could get fired for it.
yeah.
You guys, okay, I have a story. In college, my psychology professor, I had a very strange crush on him, and I don't know why you
Mhm.
guys because he was not cute, right? He was just really I think it was because he was just, like, really geeky and really smart, and he had, like, glasses, and I went to his office hours one time, and I was
Mm,
like, "Oh my god, he's flirting with me." Like, he was flirting with me.
mhm,
I remember specifically I I just remember he was flirting with me, and I was like, "I feel like he's flirting with me, but Imma keep it
mhm,
cool because finals are coming up, and I don't want this to affect my grade." So, I
mhm.
took my final, and then he called me into his office, and he was like, "You scored the highest out of everyone in the class on the
Mm.
final." And I said, "Did I really?" Or like, "'Cause I think you like a bitch." Right? And then he started texting me and, like, inviting me to come over to his place for dinner, and
Oh, no.
I remember I just was like, "Play it cool until the last day of school," and then and then I vanished off the face
Blocked
of
him.
the earth. And just
Mhm,
recently, I swear to you, like, maybe 3 weeks ago, I
mhm.
had a friend request from him on Instagram or a message, a message.
No.
I swear to
No.
God, a message. It wasn't a friend request, it was a message. That's so crazy that I'm telling you this story because I can't remember if it was my story time or, like, my regular.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, I think I might have blocked him, so I don't know if it's still gonna be here. I just remember
How long ago was he your teacher? He's still thinking about you, that's
seeing it. Like, I remember seeing it and just blocking him. I think I blocked him because I don't see the message here, but it said something along the lines of like, "Hey, I see you're still, like, full of life," or like how you've always been, like, just, so
mhm.
beautiful and, like, full of life or something like that, and I think I blocked him because the message is not here. I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And then I was like, "Oh,
Oh
yeah."
my gosh,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
I
it's right here. He said, "Hey there, Miss Ricky, how have you been?" Didn't respond. This was back in May. And then he
mhm.
said, "I noticed your Jamaica trip. You still have that adventurous side to you. Look like you
What
were having fun. What's been going on?"
weren't those, like, some bathing suit pics, from Jamaica? So he's creeping on that, he's looking at those.
Oh, that's true. I noticed from your Jamaica trip, you still have that adventurous side. How you notice from my Jamaica trip that I have an adventurous side because I'm on a beach in a bikini? Isn't that what you're supposed to be fucking doing?
How old is he? Like, a lot older?
He was
Or
older. Yeah, he was, like, older. Yeah.
and he's on your Instagram looking at your Jamaica pics,
And it's like,
so
you guys, I have, like, 1 bikini pic out of, like, I never post bikini pictures because I don't like how I look in a bikini, 1, but 2, like, I'm like, I don't know, like, I just wanna be in a dress. So it's, like, 1 picture out of, like, I posted 30 pictures from Jamaica, like,
wait, that makes me sound like a creep because 'cause I'm remembering that you have a bathing suit picture.
well, you remember it because I never post one. I never
Oh, wow.
post them.
Like, I just remembered that you're on the beach, and I thought it was, like, a whole carousel of
It is
bikinis.
a
So
carousel.
I wasn't,
It's a
like, all
it's a
bikini pic
carousel. No, it's
I
a
was obviously
one on
not
the
creeping
beach
then.
and then, like, you can look, it's okay. But crazy though,
Mhm.
right?
Is
Like,
he married or single?
when he was my professor, I he was not married. He wasn't married,
Okay,
he was
that's
single.
good. I don't
But
know if I would want my man being a college professor.
he
If they're
def
even a little bit cute and a little under 60, like, they're probably gonna get hit on a lot. If you are a college professor, let us
I
know
and
what
that's the thing is, like, I didn't hit on him, like, I'm like, I had a crush on him because I was like, he's like a
Mm,
geeky nerd, so maybe was able to pick up on that energy, but, like,
yeah,
I that's the closest that I've ever gotten to, like, uh, hooking up with a
yeah,
professor or, like, because we were texting, right? So that's
mhm,
inappropriate to be texting your fucking
yeah.
student, and he was inviting me over his house and inviting me to, like, cook dinner for me. And I was like, "Oh, this is getting a little too wild. Let me just get through my final and then like, let me just postpone until finals are over, and I'll never know if he gave me the highest score on that quiz or if I actually earned."
Yeah,
Did
just give me
get a
my A and
I
then
did
goodbye.
get an A in the I swear I waited till grades were posted. I will say that I did really well in the class, so I think I earned
Mhm,
that A, but,
yeah.
I'll never know. I'll never know.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't have I don't feel like the wife was trying to be creepy to Brie, right? She seemed more sad. She seemed more like she's not really down with what he's doing, but she's like allows it, right? Because at the end she was kind of teary eyed, right? So um, that's a whole storyline in season 3. We see a brand new young girl that this creepy professor, and that's the thing, right? First, she had her husband on making out with Bree, and now you're gonna keep this storyline going in season 3 and bring in another young girl for him to make out with, which is a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yes. So the new young girl, do you recognize her? Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm. She's somebody? I
Yes.
keep seeing so
So
is she on Euphoria or some shit?
her sister is on
Oh,
Euphoria.
okay.
So
There we go.
I'm probably not gonna say it right, but Judd Apatow, the director, he did like 40-Year-Old Virgin, all those
Mm,
big movies.
mhm,
So his wife, Leslie Mann, do you know who that is?
mm-mm.
She's in, do you watch 40-Year-Old Virgin?
I did. Mhm.
Okay, the girl, the super, super drunk girl that like drives the fucking French toast girl, that girl?
No, but yeah,
That's
okay.
Leslie Mann. Wait, she's probably been in better things. That's not the best I
Oh,
think she's,
okay.
like, a big actress, and I'm describing probably her silliest role, but she was also in I know she's been in other stuff, but I can't think of any but anyways, so, a 40-Year-Old Virgin, the 2 little girls that they have?
Mhm, mhm.
Her and Paul Rudd? That's
Yes.
the girl on Euphoria now and the girl that's in this. They're all
Oh,
grown up now. I know, it doesn't
wow.
yeah, her name's Iris Apatow. She's 23 now, so yeah, that does make me
Wow.
feel a bit old because I feel like in that 40-Year-Old Virgin she was like 5, maybe 4, like so small. So
Yeah.
yeah, so she has very famous parents, so and a little more nepo babies going on in this, but she plays a freshman that Bree sees coming out of Oliver's office, so she
Yeah.
assumes they're hooking up, and she's right, they are.
She's
So
right.
she
Yeah, I mean, you
befriends
could
her.
tell by, like, the energy, right?
Yes. So she befriends her. She was on like the red carpet at the premiere, so I think she's gonna be like a big character. Like I don't think it's just a small thing. I think she'll be like a main part, maybe in like taking Oliver down. I don't know. So
Yeah.
she's gonna be sticking around.
It's like, how many students are you gonna do this with and, like, expect somebody
Mhm.
not to tell, so
Yeah, some of the theories online are actually very dark. They think she's gonna meet the same fate as Macy, like not car accident, but like something bad's gonna happen to her. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I have
Interesting
just theories,
theory.
but
Yeah.
I have no backing on that. Everybody's got theories, but that's what people think. Actually, do you wanna hear something very sad? This
Yeah.
Tom Tom Ellis that plays Oliver did an interview on the red carpet, and he said this is the last season. This is it, season 3. He said Megan wrote this as the last season, but I don't
I
know if that's just what
I
I
feel
said.
like I feel like there's no way that this is the last season because they just started a
No.
podcast. Like, they just started this season an official podcast Tell Me Lies podcast. So I feel like,
Mhm.
why would they do that if this was the last
Yeah,
season?
and how could they walk away from such a big show, right? But
But
maybe
also, you gotta know sometimes you gotta know when to quit it because you try and
mhm,
keep it going, and then it sucks. Like, you take something
very true.
iconic, and then it sucks because you're already showing Brie and Evan getting married, you're already showing, like, how like,
Mhm,
they're about to graduate college, so it's like, we're not
mm,
gonna have any more, like,
yeah.
college, so I don't know.
Well, and so this is based on a book, but the book ended at, like, season 1 where, uh, she went to the wedding and she saw Steven there and realized he's a loser. She makes up with her mom. Oh, sorry to spoil. This is what happens in the book. If you don't wanna know, skip ahead for a few seconds, but she thinks Steven's a loser, makes up with her mom, goes to therapy, and moves to California. Like, happy ending.
Oh,
Uh
boo, that's no good ending.
So season 2 and season 3 is all she's gone rogue, the writer of the
Okay,
show,
okay.
which, like we said on Game of Thrones, didn't go very well, right? When they start going rogue, it gets not the same. But I think season 2 obviously went well. So
Well,
and
we
3
need to
so
see
far.
how season 3 goes because now you've planted this seed of this toxic relationship has been ongoing for 8 years now. So
Mhm,
now y'all need to fill in that space. So I feel like
mhm,
they could make it a good season. They could make some good seasons.
mhm. Yeah, and the Megan Oppenheimer, the showrunner, did an interview with Stassi on the Tell Me Lies podcast. So she said a couple of interesting things, like the music is really important to her, and so they literally like cut the budget from other places so that she can use the certain songs that she wants because it's really expensive. Which that's why you don't hear these songs. Like I feel like all the songs are like well-known songs. It's very expensive for them to do that. And
Mm,
also, she said, I guess when she wrote the storyline for well, we haven't talked about really what happens in season 3. It's only been 3 episodes so far, but it does get a little darker, right? Steven is gonna tell Bree that Lucy slept with Evan and she doesn't want him to, so he has her record this video of her. So she said that Chris actually assaulted her, even though it was Pippa, because Pippa didn't want to come forward.
Mm.
And Steven has Lucy record a video saying she lied about that. And so the showrunner said when she went to the writers' table with that, they were like, "We can't do that. That's crazy. That's too dark. We can't have a story about a woman lying about sexual assault because it's such a hot topic now, right? We don't even want to put that in the
But
universe."
you've already had she's already told the lie.
Yeah. I
Right?
think
Like,
that's maybe when it
when
was.
she told the oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm like, cause when
Yeah.
she told the lie, when she said it,
I
the
think that's
audience
what it
all
was.
knew she was a lie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it was that when she first brought that whole storyline of the lie. So it
Mm.
is a tricky topic, but the showrunner said this is set in 2008. And then Stassi was laughing with her about how different things were. Like we would literally joke and say, like, oh, that guy was kind of rapey. Like it was a thing. It wasn't such a, not such a big deal. Of course it was a big
Sensitive,
deal, but it
sensitive.
wasn't, well, yeah, or it just wasn't. People got away with so much more. Like this stuff happened all the time, and no one before the Me Too movement, people didn't
Oh.
really talk about it. Like you could get away with more. The men could get away with more. Now it's like,
Oh, okay. I thought you meant, like, just being able to say, "Oh, he was kinda rapey," without, like, people like, not that he actually was rapey. Like,
no,
I
no,
thought
no,
that's
yeah.
what you were saying.
You
Yeah.
could still say that now, what it was, yeah, that he actually
Yeah.
was. The
Yeah.
fact that you could go the consent, right, wasn't a thing. Like, people she said there's a scene, I think, where maybe it's Lucy or maybe it's Diana says, like, "No" to Steven, but he keeps going, and Steve or Jackson White, the actor, was like, "I can't do that. If someone says no, I'm on the other side of the room. We don't do that now, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, but you have to think 2008, there wasn't really a big deal if someone said no. People would the consent wasn't a conversation. People
Right, right. Like, if
would."
I feel like it's a yes, I don't care what your mouth is
Mhm.
saying, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, so that's something that has changed so much. So she said, like, that's something they have to deal with when they're writing it, right? They're writing it for 2008 when sadly this stuff happened, which I'm sure it still happens now. But it's more consent and all of that is way more of a conversation now. Back then, like, we never heard the words consent when in
Yeah.
2008, which is horrifying. So
Right. Yeah,
it
it's
was
crazy.
like,
It's actually crazy to think about, right? Like,
yes, how much things have changed. So I'm sure it must be shocking for people younger, like 20, watching this to see that though, right? Because you're kind of like, what? That's insane.
and
But
maybe that's why this show is such a mind fuck to people, right? And it's like
mm,
I was alive and
we
kicking in
lived it.
2000. I lived it, so I'm like, oh yeah, this no big deal.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe I think maybe I've answered the lore of it all because I'm like
It's like a
everything to me,
mythical
it's like
time to them.
no big deal. But to people watching, it's like, oh my, it's a big deal. But I guess I
Hmm.
lived through it, so I'm like, oh yeah,
Right? Yeah, it's hard to even that's what it does, right? It's hard to remember the mindset back then, and then you watch something like this and you're like, "That was the mindset back then," right? Like, I don't know if there could be a Steven DeMarco now, like, I think people are way too, I mean, there definitely is still men like that, but people are, like,
he would have
narcissistic
been called out a
manipulation
long
wasn't a,
time ago. Yeah.
yeah, it
And,
wouldn't,
like, in today's day and age, it wouldn't be afloat. Like, all the girls would be talking to each other. He'd be in a
mhm.
"Are we dating the same guy?"
TikTok.
Facebook group. There'd be all kind of things about or around about him. Nobody would touch him with a 10-foot pole. So,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
you now that's, there is good things about social media, and it's that you can go on TikTok and see videos or people sharing their stories and be like, "Wait, this is happening to me," or "I recognize this in my relationship." Right back then, I mean, we just barely had Facebook, and that was people putting 100 drunken photos. There was no like advice and help. I mean, we had Google, but it's not the same as this like peer to peer interconnection of like sharing story,
right,
right?
right,
And
right.
so, yeah, I think that is something I like. I think if it was set today and it was a story, I wouldn't be as interested, but I like to see not the nostalgia, not that it's necessarily good nostalgia. It's not like, oh, I miss that time, but it's like it it, it reminds you. It's like that's how it was, which is crazy now to
Yeah,
look back on.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's about all that happened in season 3. Did I miss anything? so far?
Um,
Only 3 episodes in.
yeah, we're only 3 episodes in. We got the girlfriend, what's going on with Bree, what's going on with Evan. I guess just what's going on with Wrigley and Pippa and Diana, which is like,
Mhm.
okay, we know
Pippa
that
and
Pippa and Diana current day, they're obviously together, and now we're
Mhm.
seeing how that came together. We're
Yeah.
seeing how that happened. She's cheating on
Oh,
Wrigley with Diana.
and one of my favorite parts of the whole series is when we find out that Diana has actually tricked Steven into dumping her, which was so good.
Yeah.
So much of her because yeah, I was telling Ricky before I saw the season 2 finale, I'm like, he definitely switched those LSAT scores, right? Like there's no way she failed and he did good. Something happened there. And then to find out she just lied to him to get away from him was really smart. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we covered it all. Wrigley, I'm telling you, something's brewing between Wrigley and Bree.
what do you think of Wrigley? Because I'm seeing a lot of discourse online right now. Is he you think he's the best guy, good guy, or no?
I don't think he's a bad guy or a good guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I agree. I've seen a lot of people comparing him to, like a Tom Schwartz character where he's, like, the super nice one, but then when you actually look at how he treated Katie over the years and what kind of a partner he is, he's, like,
Mm,
actually terrible, but not a he's still a nice guy that everybody likes, but how does he treat women or how is he as a partner? But I'm like, I
hmm.
don't feel like we've seen Wrigley as a partner enough, right? Like,
We haven't.
he's
Like
not really
we've just seen them trauma bonding. That's it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, we've not seen I mean, compared to all the other men on the show, he's not I mean, we haven't seen him cheat really, and he's not
uh,
done anything too
I
bad.
mean, I think in
So
the first season, like, wasn't he supposed to be like the jock, the hot jock that had all the girls and all that?
mhm,
But it's like he's just been sad and depressed the last,
yeah,
the last season and this season. So I think
mm,
that it's hard to make that jump. Like you said, I don't think we've seen him be much of a partner.
mhm. And the actress that plays Bree, Catherine Massel, she doesn't post on social media, which I thought was interesting. You don't see that a lot. Very
Yeah,
rare, right?
very rare.
So do you I think that's because she just doesn't want her personal life involved in this, or
Yeah,
she's just very serious actress?
I think probably, yeah, she doesn't like, some people want to really keep the craft, and then like
Mhm.
that's it. And like they don't, like you see enough on screen and that's all I want you to see. Everything else,
Yeah,
I
it
only
is
care about the
interesting.
art. I don't want you to know anything about my personal life.
Yeah, but if, like, financially, like, you'd think, like, she's missing out on a lot, right? Because obviously the other cast members get brand deals, and I'm sure they get paid for their views there, and obviously she's not doing it for the money, which is just so rare now.
Right?
It's hard to find a person on a big TV show that's not, like not only has social media, but has people running their social media, it's like their own little empire, right?
Yeah, like she could totally still stay private on keep her personal business off of her social media and just do her
Yeah.
professional work, but
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting, but yeah, she has like 65,000 followers, but 0 posts. Maybe she has like a private one. Maybe we just can't see it. Just posts
yeah.
for her friends.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing I was going to say, how it relates to reality TV is Grace Van Patten has said she modeled the character after Stassi, and Jax in Vanderpump Rules, their relationship. So full circle.
Oh,
Because, yeah.
interesting.
Because, she does the podcast now, Stassi does, so Grace told her that on the podcast. So that's funny that Jax is,
Oh god, don't let him hear
Jackson's
that. Do
inspiration. I know.
not let him hear
He's
that.
probably so
He
happy.
he is going to eat that up. Oh my god, his ego's
Yeah, speaking
already
of people
so
that
big.
have disappeared, yeah, he's not on social either, which that's a healthy choice for him. I'm glad for him,
Yes.
but hopefully he's working on himself. Actually, Jackson and Grace might be okay together because he did say they watch reality TV together and she got him to watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and he loves it. He's like fascinated by it. So
It's it's
that's a
iconic.
sign
It's
that
iconic.
they're doing well.
That's a
Mhm.
sign. Salt Lake City brings people together. Speaking of Salt Lake City, we still have to do our reunion recap.
Yes, we do have lots of other recap. Do you have any theories for the rest of season 3? Obviously, you gave your theory about
Wrigley
Bree
and
and
Bree.
Wrigley. Mhm. Anything
Yeah.
else?
And yeah, that's all I got right now. I got to see what else is brewing, but
Mhm.
yeah, I
Okay.
think I don't know. I don't know. I do think that something like maybe Lucy's going to get kicked out of school because Steven's going to release his video.
Mhm.
Um he's definitely going to do something with the video. Like we already see him like working, like going to the bar, that
Mhm.
the bar guy popped back up and like,
Yeah.
so he's definitely plotting something.
Mhm. Yeah, we did hear them somebody said to Lucy, like, "He ruined your life sophomore year," so we know something's gonna happen big in
Is this
this.
their sophomore year? This is their junior year.
I think it's what is sophomore year, 2nd year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're in their 2nd year, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, like I thought that Steven and Evan and them are seniors and Lucy and them are juniors this season. See, you see, that's why I'm off. I thought season one was freshman year and season two was sophomore year, and we're in junior year. That's what I fuck. I
No, because remember it only paused between season 2 and season 3 was Christmas break. They
see,
never
see,
went the
I
whole year. I
see.
got you.
That's confusing.
It is confusing. I actually saw, like, a sad theory that says they think at the end of the series will be Steven dying, and because that's the only way that Lucy can get away from him because they just obviously have this. I mean, it's 2015 and they're still hooking up, and that I thought was dark and scary and probably triggering for people because, not to get too dark, but this whole thing, this Columbus, like, dentist, have you seen this? Oh, it's a whole I'm into, like, the true crime stuff, so I
I
don't
love
wanna,
true
like.
crime.
Oh, you gotta look it up then.
Okay.
Uh, this will be a little dark if you guys don't wanna hear it, but this dentist and his wife were, like, shot to death in their home in December 30th, and I think it's in Columbus,
Mm,
Ohio, and turns out it was her ex-husband from 10 years ago. They divorced 10 years ago, and he was, like, that obsessed, and just couldn't let her go. And so
mm,
that's where I'm like, this does get a little dark, because there's clearly an obsession with them. And it's not
mm,
just like cute little toxic relationship where they like fight. It's like it's getting dark in the season with the video and stuff. So, and the
mhm.
fact that we see it's 2015 and he's still around.
You're still up to
She
your
can't.
old ways. You're still up to your old
Yeah.
ways. You're still holding on to the past. You're still thinking about what Evan did to wrong you and how you can ruin his
Yeah.
life, which means you're still thinking of
Scary.
how you can ruin Lucy's life.
Yeah, the fact that it can be like 7 years later and they're still doing this. So that is where people are theorizing. I don't know if that's the word, but
Mhm.
theorizing that something bad he has to die for them to not be in this toxic cycle. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
scary. But
Mm.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But
I
I
don't
didn't
know. I
actually
haven't read any of the fan theories, so I don't know.
someone actually said it would be the same way he did with Macy, where they're in like a car and they crash and she leaves him there. So it would
Mm,
be full circle, I guess. But
mm,
yeah, I can't even, like, guess what's gonna happen this season because they keep teasing that it's just, like, even more diabolical, even more crazy than the last 2, so I can't even imagine. So let us know your theories, if they're as
yeah.
dark as what I saw, or maybe they're gonna end up married. What a happy ending. I don't think so, though. I hope not.
Have you ever did you see that one show? There was oh god, it's like really, really I can't even think of the name. I'll think of it. Sex Lives or something like that. Like it's called like Sex Lives. There's only 2 seasons. It's on Netflix.
Oh, I think I know what one you're talking about.
Yeah. And those what's so crazy is the story that's happening on screen actually happened off camera as well.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, now they're broken up. I saw that recently.
oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I know
Okay,
who
so
you're
you
talking
know
about.
what
They were, like,
yeah.
super hot. It was the full frontal guy, right? His junk was out, and then it
I
was
think
that
it
whole
was.
conver
I think his
yeah,
junk
they were
was
like
out.
yeah, and it was like people thought it was prosthetic, he said it wasn't, it was like a whole debate, so
Oh.
that's all I remember from it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because when you said maybe they end up happy and married, I was like,
Oh.
kinda happened, and that's what how it happened. But she, like, legitimately did leave her husband in real life for the actor, and then they
Mhm, and
started
now they
dating.
split up.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I saw that recently, which I guess cheating doesn't work out for some people. Maybe for others, though. I bet there's lots of people that started as an affair that are happy and married now, but
No, I think it
not them.
never works out long term, I think, but whatever. We're going
Yeah.
into a tangent. We're delusional
We
at
do
this
that.
point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you yeah, this is our deep dive, a small recap, but then all this extra little tea that we found out because I've been just like obsessed for the last couple weeks. So, been reading all the theories, finding out all the actors and who they're related to. I like all
Yeah.
that little side tidbits when I'm really into a show. So,
Yeah.
tell us all your thoughts. And I don't know, are we gonna keep recapping it? Because I feel like I'm gonna watch it. So
I mean, I think we
I don't know if we
should.
have time,
I think
but
we're gonna. I mean, since we're both gonna be watching it, you guys let us know if you're watching it. If you guys want us to continue watching it, I think new episodes drop. When do they drop?
Tuesday? I wanna say
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I like it when it's just a once a week. It's really easy to recap. So we probably will keep recapping, but let us know. Let us know your theories and what you think so far. Is it too dark or are you enjoying it? And yeah, we'll be back. We've got our Bravo recaps out. Love is Blind Germany and Love is Blind USA starts in less than a month. So we can't wait for that. And thanks for listening.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
guys.